In this video, I'll show you how to add, edit or hide reporting classes in your management accounts. So each account that you upload will be linked to a reporting class which determines where in the management accounts the account balances will feed into. So let's start with the analytics option and then go to the data menu item. The last option in the accounts and classes section is add, edit or hide classes. Click on that and that then will show you all the classes which have been set up for the selected profile. So you can go navigate between pages here, and I'll just have a look at the last page here. So to edit classes, you'll click the gear icon. You'll then be able to set a class name and an account key, and then also cash flow text and the cash flow section that the class falls into, and the financial section which will be an income statement or a balance sheet class. So the cash flow section will determine where in the cash flow statement that class feeds into. The financial section will determine where in the income statement or balance sheet that class will feed into. Cash flow text is only applicable if that item has been set up for a particular cash flow line item where the default account text will be overwritten by whatever you enter in that field. Financial section totals, this is usually yes because it's pertaining to that financial section which has been selected, and most of them would contain totals. So once you've made your edits, you can just click the update button and that will update the information for that class. I'm just going back here. Let's just go back to the first page for balance sheet items. I just want to show you the account key. So the account key basically looks a lot similar in our default data than the class code, but the account key is set up for your particular chart of accounts. So whatever in your chart of accounts the account numbering format or layout is, that determines where accounts would feed into a reporting class. That's what you need to enter in that account key column. Okay, so I'm just going back here, then the delete icon, the trash icon, that basically enables you to delete. It's actually hiding the class. We don't delete any classes. If you don't use a class, you can just hide it. If you then re-add it and it's an existing class, it will just enable it again. But you cannot delete a class if it's still linked to accounts. So you only be able to delete a reporting class if it's not linked to any of your accounts. Otherwise you'll encounter this error text just indicating that it's still linked, and you would need to go and remove those links before you'll be able to hide or delete that class. The other option is to add new classes. So if our default reporting classes are not sufficient for your requirements, you can add as many additional classes as you want and just set them up to feed into one of the existing areas. Let's just look at that. Click the add new class button. You'll be able to enter a class code, enter a class name, and then the account key is based on your chart of accounts. What is the account format that all those accounts with that format would need to be linked to this class, which can be done in one go if you use the link classes to account keys data option. So your cash flow text is just if you want to overwrite your class name with something else that needs to be shown on the cash flow statement if it's an individual item. You can also set up a cash flow section. So if it's income statement account, they all feed into the profit or loss line, but there are also other categories for other cash flow statement items which you can select to have the class feed into those line items. The next option is the financial section, which will basically be where in the income statement or balance sheet your class should feed into the balances will be included in that area. Then you can also select whether the totals should be shown for that section on the income statement or balance sheet. So this is usually yes. Most of those sections do contain totals. It's only in items like other income or other expenses maybe where you would show one line on the income statement and not necessarily the total. That's the only time where it should be no. Once you've made your selections, you just click update and that will add your class. In this case I'm not doing that. So that's the reporting classes, how to create a new one, edit it, or how to hide it.